Okay, so I'm back 24 hours later. Love this for me. Wow, this thing has been like a gift that keeps on giving. So the rocker stud that holds each rocker, this one threads in fine and it locks. But the one on the top, see how it's like freely just doing whatever? And it'll get in there tight, but then you'll feel it like, look, I mean, that is like completely stripped out. And the threads on this thing are good, so it's the hole that is like busted. So after a trip around the world, and the only thread insert that has the threads per inch, and what I ended up having to do is I went and got this like micrometer, and then what I did was I measured how far the length was on this, counted the threads, plugged it into ChatGPT, and said, hey, thing's 28 threads per inch. And what you would have to get is a thread insert or thread repair like this helicoil. And honestly, I only got one of these because it was the most readily available, but there's only one in the whole state, and I got the one. So sorry to everybody else. What we have to do is take this piece off, and then I had to go get a 7/64 drill bit because the 1/4 inch 28 threads per inch drill size diameter is 17/64. Got to bore that out. Then I had to go and get this thing tap kit, shout out Milwaukee, to retap the hole with this thing. And then once it has new thread, we're going to use this piece, and I guess this little tap, I don't even know what this crap is, to push this little coil into the hole, and then this will be like the new threads for the screw. But I'm already making peace with the fact that I'm about to crack the block doing this. So to take this valve thing off, we're gonna have to take these springs off. I was gonna take this like cylinder head off to show you the cylinder, but I already know that if I manage to do this correctly, this is never getting opened again. This thing is definitely never getting opened again. We're just gonna call it good. We're gonna take off these spring caps. All right, and then there's a little bit of oil on here. Boy, I was so close, and it's always just one bolt. If it would have been any other bolt that wasn't something important like this, promise you, I would be letting it rip. But if I can manage to machine this correctly, this is gonna go down as like the most successful thing I've ever done. Okay, so got this spring out, and it has like a little hole, and on the valve stem, it has like this little like part that pokes out, and you got to push it down pretty hard, lock it into that piece. But when you remove it, you have to depress the spring, pull it into this like hole, and then you can pop it out. So, boy, and you want to talk about foreign material in the engine? Bro, this thing's about to be filled up, but it's whatever, I guess. All right, now let me just bend this valve. Okay, there we go. See, and now this piece, the spring was the only thing holding this cover in place. So we're gonna remove this. Okay. All right, let me get another shop rag. My perfectly sterile work surface. Put this thing. And without the springs, these valves just kind of like go up and down. I'm gonna take off our new gasket. Okay, now we got that off. Like, this gasket itself is made out of, I don't know what this is made out of, but I'm sure that doesn't need to be in the actual internals of this engine. But look, if we can pull this off, it won't even matter. So, man, I would love to just be able to push that new without having to drill anything. Could I do that? Or do I have to drill? Boy, it makes me nervous. So we're only gonna go in only about that. Boy, I hope this works. But it's not gonna work, and this is gonna be at the end of it. But we're gonna try. So we gotta fill this hole full of cutting fluid. Man, and all I got is this impact driver. Boy, I sure hope. Then you gotta go in here straight. Okay, so what we're gonna have to do is, this is the 7/64 drill bit. We're gonna have to drill out this hole. Then once that's drilled out, what we'll use is this tapping screw. We're gonna crank that in there, put the threads, like the new threads, in this hole. The hole that has absolutely no margin for error. And then the little thread insert goes into the end of it. And then this piece will slide in and compress the spring as it's coming out of the hole to a true like 28 threads per inch. We have to have like the new hole bored out with new threads tapped, so that way we can screw, dang, that piece in. That's probably how it's gonna go. All right, this makes me so nervous. And then this like paper thin metal, where I'm either gonna be a champion or a failure. So let's put some cutting fluid Let's put some cutting fluid on this drill. And I checked the depth of this hole, and it's really just the first little bit of this drill. So let's give it a whirl. Look at that metal shaving mark. Boy, I don't like the look of that. Dang, that's what them new Tundra engines are all filled with. Straight up metal shavings, boy. So what's this hole look like? Let me get back on my chair. Show looks bored out to me. No. We're gonna get our thread tap tool. Oh boy, this might actually work. And then we're gonna go into this hole. So let's loosen this thing up. Will this hold this piece? Sure will, boy. All right, now we gotta do this straight. Am I doing this right? They said do it to go back and forth.
Okay.
Dang, we're cutting new threads right now. I'm a machinist. Dang, look at all that metal, boy. I sure hope we can clean this up. Man, I can't believe I gotta do something like this. Dang. Let's see what the inside look like. Oh, buddy, that's legit threads now, boy. Goo. Dang, those look clean in there. I will literally not even believe it if I can do this. The moment of truth, though. We gotta put this new thing in here. The actual insert. 28 threads per inch. Thread insert onto whatever this thing's called and put it into whatever this thing's called. I'm gonna twist this right until it gets to the edge. All right, I'm gonna tighten this thing back up. Then this piece is gonna slide into here. Now I just gotta line this up on the hole. Oh dang, it is going in. Holy mackerel. Does it unthread out like that? Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Oh, we're in now, boy. Oh, buddy, boy, it's in there. Oh, that's what I need to do is aim down and then feel it slide into the hole. So let's put our gasket back on. Okay, and then this thing side out. These are our two push rod guide things. So let's put this back like this. The moment of truth is that thing gonna thread in like that. I'm gonna pass a little rag on these springs since they're never gonna see the light of day again. And then we're gonna slide the valve stem through this big hole till it gets below that lip and then push up. All right, we're on it now. I don't know how to make them not slide back down. Keeps wanting to slide down. Maybe right. My brother. Oh. There we go. There we go. All right. We got our springs back on. Now, the moment of truth. Please So the valve intake is going to be 5/1000ths of a gap, and then the exhaust is 0.01. So, but which one is exhaust? So the top valve is exhaust, the bottom valve is the intake. This one has to be 0.01 inches. This one has to be 0.005 inches. I'm putting this thread locker blue on these bad boys because I'm not messing with this junk no more. Look, there's some thread tape on here because I thought I was going to be slick, and maybe if I just make the thing thicker, it will catch on the threads. Lo and behold, there wasn't no more threads to catch. But this blue thread locker, it needs like metal on metal, and I think that's the only way it can make like the legit seal. I'm gonna shake it well because it sounds like it's shakeable. Man, if this thing threads in, this is gonna be super legit. All right, that's good enough. Dude, let's go, boy. Is it gonna thread in? Let's see. Boy, it's screwing. Dang, it might. Maybe I can ratchet. Dude, is this gonna work? Oh boy, we got it to sit. Oh my gosh, we did it. Ooh, let's go. Let's go, boy. Watch, I'm about to put some on this one, and it's gonna be a wrap for this thing. Can't believe we're machinists, y'all. Man, I low-key want to do this one too, but that would be where I flew too close to the sun. If I tried to retap 2 holes. Oh, buddy, we're about to be in business. Oh, buddy, let's go. Oh, we're perfect. Cannot be any better of a position right now. So, oh man, I can't believe I did this. The push rod, let's get that cat hair. Let's get whatever that is. Okay, so we're gonna push it down to the bottom and let it seat into that groove. And then this one was also, there was like a little hole towards the bottom of this thing. Oh, that's in it now. Yeah, they're both in it. Okay, so now what we'll do, we'll take this rocker. We're gonna place it, let's do the exhaust one first. So that's gonna be on the rod. Oh wait, no, I don't have our little cap. Put our cap back on. Let's line up the push rod. Okay, so this is sitting nice like it should. And then we're gonna put this on. It's like a huge gap. How do I make this not gap? Why are these so loose, dog? Dude, everything I touch is like hair. Okay, I think the reason I couldn't like get this one down tight enough because this little locking screw was like too far down, preventing this thing from like being able to get to the correct like pinch amount on the rocker itself. So let's see after I back this screw out if that makes a difference. Oh yeah, we're way down now. So exhaust is on top and it has to be 0.01. So let's find that on this thing. 0.1. All right. This thing cannot move from this spot. And then we're going to tighten the locking screw up. So this is 0.005. Go, that's too tight, boy. So let's come off of this. I think it's that. Right there. See, it won't go in that way, but it'll go in. I'm calling that good. I'm just gonna give it one more turn just cause. And now let's just cycle the piston, see if these things do what they're supposed to do. So there's your exhaust one opening, exhaust closing, intake opening, intake closing. Dang, we tapped a screw, we tapped a thread, a new thread. Put these back in, correct depth. We got the flywheel on, spark plugs 180 inch-pounds, cylinder head bolts, I'm not taking them off. This was enough. The rocker cover is 70 inch-pounds, so we're gonna do 25, 50, 70. We set both of those. All we gotta do is, now we're just buttoning up, boy, now we're at the end. Please, let what we did work. It has to work because then I won't be able to go work on the car and do the thing I actually want to do. My inch-pound torque wrench. Ugh. About had it with y'all. Oh boy, we're on the downhill slope right now.